What's going on YouTube? It's the Savage Yu-Gi-Oh! Judge coming to you with a Dragoon Eldlich deck profile for the upcoming January 2021 format. Happy New Year's Eve 2020. It's been a heck of a year. We're almost done with it. If you guys like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. I apologize for not uploading as recently. I started a new job at the beginning of the month amongst all this COVID stuff and getting acclimated to that, so I'm enjoying my new job, but I figured I'd upload a video since it's been a while since my last upload. If you guys like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what you guys don't like, well, let me know what you guys do like, etc. So let's just get right into it. So we're playing Dragoon Eldlich, as I mentioned. I only played 2 copies of Eldlich the Golden Lord. I believe 3 is warranted at some points, but you run the risk of drawing way too many copies of it, which is just really, really bad. So that's why we play 2. I don't believe in playing 1. I think 1 is just really, really subpar, considering people are playing DD Crow, Skullmeister. It loses out to Wakero if you're playing in the mirror, so I think 2 is necessary. We play Dragoon packages, so we play the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense, and a ferocious dragon with a deadly attack. And then we play 1 copy of Red Eye's Wyvern to send off of Red Eye's Insight to search Red Eye's Fusion. And being able to reborn a Dragoon if your opponent's able to out it is just really, really broken. And then when it comes to hand traps, there's only 3 hand traps that we play, and it's 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I believe this is maybe the best all-around hand trap going into this format. I do see some people arguing for Droll and Lockbird, simply because of how impactful Drytron is going to be. I will do some further testing and probably update this going forward. For the spell cards, we play 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance. We play Dragoon Eldlich. We don't really care about the extra deck. The only cards that we care about the extra deck from are Dragoon and maybe Verte Anaconda. That's about it. There are times where you guys will see in the extra deck what other cards that I play, and they are very, very situational. So getting rid of cards with Pot of Extravagance is just insane. And a lot of times people are just going to ash the Pot of Extravagance so that you don't get the +1, but then you activate Red Eye's Insight, and they can't stop the Dragoon coming out. So it's really, really a 50-50 coin toss. Depends on who you're playing against, etc. Of course, for the Red Eye's engine, we play 3 copies of Red Eye's Fusion and 3 copies of Red Eye's Insight to search for the Fusion. Being able to play 6 Red Eye's Fusion is just really, really insane, in my opinion. So, yeah. For the Eldland spells, we play 3 Curse Eldland. This card's insane. Pay 8, feel great. It's the new Scout. And then being able to send it off Golden Lord to get your engine going is just really, really insane. For spell and trap removal, I play 2 Cosmic Cyclone and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. This card's just insane. It's very, very sacky. I don't think it should have come back, but we just have to play it. And then 1 copy of Call by the Grave for the Ash Blossom that we inevitably just want to hit. That's it for the spells. For the traps, I'll start off with some non-Eldlich traps. So we play 2 Solemn Strike, 2 Solemn Judgment, followed by 2 copies of Torrential Tribute and 3 copies of Ice Dragon Prison. The fact that this is an out Dragoon and it outs so many cards is just really, really insane. The only problem is with the Rise of Drytron. This card just is absolutely horrible, since none of their cards are able to be special summoned, except for the Link monsters, or the occasional Ben 10 that they summon regularly, but otherwise it's not really worth playing. So it's an easy side out for that. But the card that is maybe the most impactful for this format is Torrential. Now, a lot of people regard this as maybe super powerful, especially in this deck. But when your Dragoon can't be destroyed by card effects, and it's just a free wipe the board without a negate, and it doesn't lose to Triple Tactics Talent or Forbidden Droplet, this card's insane. I might bump it up to 3. So, yeah. It's also has a great early and late game application, so that's why we play it. And then for the Eldlich part, very standard, 3 Eldlich of Scarlet Sanguine, 3 Conquistador, and 3 Wakero. I believe you should max out on all of these. These just have so many applications, whether it be an Exceed play, or being able to link off into Link Spider for Verte Anaconda so you can get Dragoon. And yeah. So that is the main deck. It is 42 cards. 42, perfect number. We'll go off into the extra deck. I play 3 copies of the titular card, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. This card is insane. This card essentially has 2 levels of protection. It is an Omni Negate, and it just destroys cards without targeting and then inflicts damage. This card's just insane. This card honestly should just be banned, but until it's not, we will play. I played 2 copies of Verte Anaconda for the extravagance, seeing as how you always want to have some sort of access to it. The odds of you banishing 3 Dragoon are very, very small, but it does come up, in which case most of your deck is just unfortunately dead. So, yeah, that's why we play 2 Anaconda. I played 2 copies of Link Spider because the Conquistador and the Wakero are normal monsters, so you can use them to link climb into this to go into Verte Anaconda like I mentioned earlier, or you can do some other link plays with it, which is pretty good. I play 1 Imduk, just for a different name if I'm trying to go into Nightmare Phoenix, the BLS link, or Access Code Talker, but yeah, I find these are maybe like the most impactful cards. I'm typically not playing this. I might play Nightmare Unicorn instead of this, since this very, very rarely comes up, and Unicorn just has a lot more versatility. So I might be replacing that with Unicorn. To round it out, I play 1 Constellar Pallades. It's an out to Megaclops, especially with Zoo gaining much more prevalence. And it's just good to clear the Wakero and the Conquistador to get them into the grave. And then being able to search Sanguine is just really, really insane. Or set Sanguine. And then to round it out, for playing against Dogma, we play 1 Nova, 1 Makaba, and 1 Natis. I think this is just really, really insane. Sending Nova, Natis, being able to pop a card, and then summon a free Makaba if you're playing against the Eldlich matchup is just really, really insane. Especially with the rise of Shaddolls and a whole bunch of more control-ish decks, like Dogma Invoked and things like that. So I think these cards are just really, really insane. For the side deck, as we don't have Patreon to put our side deck on, so you guys can go out and watch it, we play 3 copies of Nibiru, the Primal Being. Nibiru is actually just slowly falling off the relevancy scale. People are moving away from Virtual World. It doesn't really do anything against Drytron. And it's only really good against Rogue or, yeah, essentially just decks that just summon more than 5 times. But I still think it is necessary, especially with a large showing of Virtual World. So that's why we relegated it to the side. I played 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird. This should, in theory, be 3, because this just shuts down Drytron so hard. It also shuts down the... It comes up in the mirror, too, especially with Eldland, Insight, Extravagance, all that. So I'm probably going to bump this up to 3. I played 2 Forbidden Droplet. Same thing once again. This probably should go up to 3. This card is just absolutely insane. It outs the Vanity's Ruler. Outs any problem card. Outs Dragoon if you're playing in the mirror. So that's just insane. For Spell and Trap removal, I played 2 Twin Twisters instead of Lightning Storms. I think this is just a little bit better, being able to discard the Eldlich traps in order to just gain advantage. It's just really, really insane. Especially if you open like double Wakero or double Conquistador or double Sanguine. Being able to discard 1 and then profit off of banishing it to set whatever you need in order to defend. It's really good. For traps, I play 1 Imperial Order and double Anti-Spell Fragrance for going first. I would ban this, but I never want to see it going second. So that's why it's on the side. And then finally, for the Drytron matchup, I play 3 copies of Mask of Restrict. Enough said, this card's just really, really insane. They essentially just can't play. They can't Tribute Summon. They can't activate any of their Drytron effects or anything like that. So this card's just really, really broken. I might replace it with Fog King or a couple other cards that I have in my repertoire. But yeah, if you guys like what you saw, like I said, leave a comment down below, like the video, consider subscribing. I'm going to keep trying on improving my quality of the content and what I'm putting out. Might do some pack openings of cards, might do some meta discussions with a whole bunch of friends and all that. And yeah, don't be average, be savage. I think this is just a savage deck that has a lot of potential in the upcoming format. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Happy New Year.